turn your porch into a vibrant garden oasis, colorful outdoor makeover. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine walking out onto a porch that no longer feels like an empty passageway, but rather a living extension of the home. The porch, often dismissed as a simple entry point, carries within it an extraordinary potential to become a lush and colorful garden retreat. In an era where the boundary between indoor and outdoor living is becoming increasingly fluid, this small architectural feature can serve as both a private sanctuary and a design statement. By thoughtfully shaping it, the porch evolves into a cornerstone of modern residential design, blending functionality with aesthetic delight. The journey of transformation begins with observation. Every porch is defined by its dimensions, its exposure to sunlight, and the character of its structure. A small and shaded porch suggests intimacy and quiet, while a broad, sunlit porch leans naturally toward vibrancy and energy. In design, understanding these elements is the first principle of success. Sun-drenched porches can carry flowering species that radiate energy, while shaded ones offer the perfect environment for ferns, hostas, and delicate impatiens. The selection of plants must harmonize with the natural conditions, for this alignment ensures resilience, longevity, and effortless beauty. Once the foundations are clear, the vision can expand upward. Contemporary garden design does not limit itself to the ground plane, it embraces verticality. Vertical gardening is not only practical in tight spaces, also distinctly modern in style. Hanging baskets cascading with trailing vines, wall-mounted panels bursting with foliage, and trellises guiding climbing blooms upward all create a sense of architectural rhythm. This layering of greenery across different planes mirrors larger design trends in urban architecture, where vertical gardens and living walls are increasingly integrated into buildings. The porch thus becomes a microcosm of cutting-edge environmental design. Color is the language through which this new garden corner speaks. The palette chosen here is not arbitrary. It is a deliberate act of design. Bold and energetic tones, fuchsia, orange, golden yellow, inject vitality, while cooler pastels soften the atmosphere into a dreamlike retreat. The porch garden becomes more than a cluster of plants. It turns into a composition. Color flows not just through blooms, but also through ceramic pots, woven cushions, patterned rugs, or painted wooden benches. This interplay of tones reflects a global trend in residential design, the embrace of expressive palettes that infuse living spaces with identity and warmth. Comfort completes the equation. A porch garden should never be solely visual. It must invite touch, rest, and daily use. A wicker chair dressed in textured cushions, a compact bistro table for morning rituals, or a hammock chair suspended with playful elegance, each of these elements transforms the porch into a lived-in environment. The integration of comfort is part of a larger architectural movement that seeks to dissolve the distinction between decorative and functional. Beauty lies in spaces that are not only admired but actively used, where design enhances lifestyle seamlessly. Light introduces yet another dimension. As dusk falls, illumination redefines the garden. String lights tracing railings, lanterns suspended at varying heights, and subtle solar-powered glows hidden among foliage all create an atmosphere of enchantment. Light is more than visibility. It is ambiance. It is mood. It is the unseen brushstroke that paints the porch with a sense of evening intimacy. In architectural trends worldwide, outdoor lighting is being reimagined, not as an afterthought, but as an integral layer of design. The porch, when lit thoughtfully, becomes a nocturnal haven as much as a daytime retreat. The art of layering enriches the space further. Garden design thrives on contrast. Tall palms rising confidently in the corners, medium-sized flowering shrubs balancing along the railings, and trailing greenery spilling over edges. This hierarchy of scale creates depth, complexity, and natural abundance. It echoes the architectural principle of harmony through diversity, different elements working together to achieve balance. In the porch garden, this principle manifests through a choreography of heights, shapes, and textures, offering a sense of richness and completeness. The details give character. A wind chime catching the breeze, a sculptural bird feeder inviting life, a small water feature murmuring in the background. These touches are not incidental. They are the personal accents that root the space in story and individuality. Decorative gestures have long been central to architectural trends, where small elements articulate the larger identity of a space. Even a hand-painted sign or a patterned doormat extends the narrative, ensuring the porch garden is never anonymous but deeply personal. Practicality ensures longevity. A design that overwhelms its caretaker with constant demands risks losing its appeal. Selecting hardy, drought-resistant plants, opting for self-watering containers, and layering mulch for soil health represent strategies that align with sustainable living. Low-maintenance solutions reflect a broader global shift in architecture and landscape design. The pursuit of sustainability, resilience, and harmony with natural rhythms. The porch garden, when designed with ease of care in mind, sustains its vibrancy while freeing the homeowner from unnecessary stress. What emerges is a vision of the porch not merely as an overlooked threshold, but as an essential living environment. Through plant selection, vertical innovation, expressive use of color, integration of comfort, careful lighting, layered composition, decorative accents, and sustainable maintenance, the porch becomes a lush, colorful sanctuary. It resonates with contemporary architectural and design movements while staying deeply personal. It speaks of a future where homes are not just shelters, but ecosystems, where every space, no matter how small, participates in beauty, functionality, and connection to nature. This is the promise of the modern porch garden, a private paradise blooming right at the edge of home. As architectural design continues to evolve, the porch as a garden corner embodies a larger cultural shift toward biophilic living. This philosophy emphasizes the innate human connection to nature and recognizes that even modest spaces, when infused with greenery and natural elements, can dramatically enhance well-being. The modern porch garden is not merely a decorative flourish, but a healthful environment that nourishes the senses, reduces stress, and fosters mindfulness. Studies increasingly highlight how exposure to greenery boosts productivity, creativity, and emotional balance, and the porch becomes a stage where these benefits unfold daily. The contemporary approach to design emphasizes multifunctionality, and the porch garden reflects this principle with elegance. Beyond its aesthetic charm, the porch can serve as a flexible zone, a tranquil retreat for reading, a social space for small gatherings, or even a mini workspace in the fresh air. This adaptability mirrors larger architectural trends in residential planning, where boundaries between formal and informal work and leisure are dissolving. The porch, once peripheral, becomes central to everyday living, offering a versatility that responds to modern lifestyles. Materiality plays a pivotal role in the character of the porch garden. Natural materials such as wood, rattan, clay, and stone anchor the space in authenticity, creating a tactile dialogue with the plants that surround them. Sustainable choices, reclaimed wood furniture, biodegradable planters, recycled glass accents, align with global design movements emphasizing environmental responsibility. These materials not only reduce ecological impact, but also age gracefully, gaining patina and character over time. In this way, the porch reflects the broader trajectory of architecture towards sustainability, durability, and a celebration of natural textures. Trends in color design are equally important. While bright and bold hues remain popular for creating energy and vibrancy, there is a growing embrace of earthy tones and muted palettes. Soft greens, clay reds, terracotta oranges, and sandy neutrals harmonize with the natural environment, creating a sense of grounded calm. Designers increasingly advocate for palettes that not only delight the eye, but also resonate with the broader landscape, blurring the lines between built form and natural surroundings. In the porch garden, this translates to thoughtful combinations of flowering plants, painted finishes, and fabric choices that reflect both personality and harmony. Technology has also entered the world of porch gardens, subtly shaping experiences without overwhelming the natural ambience. Automated irrigation systems ensure consistent hydration, smart lighting adapts to circadian rhythms, and compact weather sensors monitor conditions to guide plant care. These innovations integrate seamlessly, offering convenience while reinforcing sustainability. This integration of smart technology into domestic landscapes mirrors the larger architectural vision of the connected home, where comfort, efficiency, and ecology converge in elegant solutions. Furniture designed for porch gardens illustrates the blending of indoor and outdoor sensibilities. Contemporary pieces emphasize durability without sacrificing comfort or style. Modular seating allows for flexibility, lightweight foldable designs maximize space, and weather-resistant fabrics bring both resilience and sophistication. The emphasis is not simply on furnishing a space, but on curating experiences: morning solitude, afternoon tea, evening conversation. Each choice in furniture design reflects broader lifestyle shifts where homeowners seek not just utility, but emotional connection to their spaces. Lighting design, once utilitarian, is now experiential. Beyond string lights and lanterns, designers are exploring layered lighting schemes that create mood and depth. Adjustable fixtures allow homeowners to shift seamlessly from bright functionality to soft intimacy. Solar-powered accents emphasize sustainability, while concealed spotlights highlight key design features such as sculptural plants or textured walls. This thoughtful approach to lighting reflects architectural trends that treat illumination as a design medium in itself, capable of shaping perception and atmosphere as powerfully as any physical material. Water, though subtle, brings an elemental balance to porch gardens. Even a small tabletop fountain or a gently trickling wall feature introduces sound, movement, and reflection. Water connects the senses, amplifying tranquility and establishing a focal point around which design harmonizes. This integration of elemental forces, earth through plants, air through open breezes, fire through warm lighting, and water through gentle flow, aligns with timeless architectural principles that see spaces as ecosystems rather than static containers. The porch, in this sense, becomes a holistic environment where human presence and natural elements coalesce. Personalization ensures that each porch garden tells a unique story. Decorative objects, artisanal crafts, and curated collections transform universal design principles into intimate expressions. A handmade ceramic planter, a quilted cushion stitched with cultural motifs, or a sculpture that reflects personal values, these details elevate the porch beyond trend and into identity. Architecture and garden design increasingly emphasize individuality within global movements, affirming that beauty lies not in replication, but in resonance. The porch, though small, becomes a canvas for this dialogue between personal memory and contemporary style. Maintenance strategies continue to shape the sustainability of design. Low-maintenance plants reduce labor, while practices such as composting and rainwater harvesting integrate the porch garden into larger ecological cycles. This conscious approach reflects a trend toward regenerative design, spaces that not only sustain themselves, but also contribute positively to their environments. In residential architecture, this manifests in green roofs, living walls, and eco-conscious materials. In the porch garden, it emerges in careful plant selection, efficient systems, and stewardship of resources. The porch as a garden corner, therefore, embodies a convergence of trends: biophilic design, multifunctional living, sustainable materiality, technological integration, and personalization. It is a microcosm of architectural innovation, a space where global currents in design manifest on an intimate scale. What was once a threshold is now a destination. It is a place where the rhythms of nature meet the patterns of daily life, where design evolves from static beauty into dynamic experience. In this ongoing evolution, the porch garden represents not just a decorative project, but a philosophy of living, one that harmonizes architecture, lifestyle, and nature in a single coherent vision. Looking toward the future, The porch garden stands as both a reflection of contemporary aesthetics and a preview of what residential architecture will become. Homes are no longer conceived solely as shelters. They are envisioned as holistic ecosystems where every element contributes to health, sustainability, and emotional well-being. The porch, once a transitional area, now embodies this shift. It is not simply a decorative flourish, but an active participant in the lifestyle of the household, a living environment shaped by emerging trends that prioritize resilience, adaptability, and harmony with nature. One of the strongest currents influencing future porch design is the integration of climate-responsive strategies. As weather patterns grow increasingly unpredictable, porches and their gardens will need to adapt with shading systems, flexible enclosures, and plant selections resilient to heat, drought, or excess rainfall. Adjustable awnings, retractable screens, and modular furniture will allow these spaces to transform with the seasons, ensuring comfort throughout the year. This adaptability aligns with a broader architectural movement toward resilience, spaces designed not only for aesthetic pleasure, but for longevity and functionality under changing environmental conditions. Sustainability will continue to be at the heart of design. The porch garden of tomorrow will be more than ornamental. It will contribute actively to ecological balance. Native plants will dominate, chosen for their ability to thrive naturally with minimal resources while supporting local biodiversity. Edible gardens, herbs, vegetables, and fruit-bearing plants will integrate seamlessly with decorative arrangements, blending beauty with utility. Water-efficient irrigation, compost-based soil enrichment, and renewable energy-powered lighting will further reinforce the porch garden as a model of sustainable micro-landscape architecture. Social and cultural trends also shape the porch garden's evolution. As urban living becomes denser, outdoor extensions of the home will grow more precious. The porch will serve as a stage for social interaction, intimate dinners, quiet conversations, or small community gatherings, while simultaneously offering solitude and reflection. This duality reflects a broader societal desire for spaces that balance community and privacy, functionality and retreat. The porch becomes a mediator, a threshold that can welcome others or shield its inhabitants depending on need. Aesthetic trends point toward increasing experimentation with hybrid styles. Minimalist frameworks may coexist with bursts of bohemian color. Sleek, modern furniture may be paired with rustic, handcrafted details. This eclecticism speaks to a future where design is less about adherence to rigid categories and more about authentic expression. Homeowners will curate porch gardens that tell layered stories, blending global influences with personal narratives. In doing so, they mirror a broader architectural trend, the fusion of tradition and innovation, local and global, simplicity and richness. Technology will deepen its quiet role in shaping experiences. Beyond smart irrigation and lighting, future porch gardens may feature integrated environmental sensors that adjust conditions in real time, augmented reality applications that assist in plant care, or even energy harvesting surfaces that power decorative features. Yet these advancements will remain discreet, woven seamlessly into the natural setting so that the space never feels mechanized. The goal will be to create environments where technology enhances connection to nature rather than distracting from it. The sensory dimension of porch gardens will grow more deliberate. Designers of the future will not only consider what is seen, but also what is heard, touched, and smelled. Aromatic plants like lavender, jasmine, or rosemary will be chosen for their ability to envelop the space with fragrance. Textures will be varied deliberately. Smooth ceramics, rough stone, woven fibers, inviting touch and enhancing intimacy. Subtle soundscapes from water features or natural wind chimes will add rhythm and atmosphere. This multisensory design philosophy echoes the evolution of architecture itself, which increasingly aims to engage the whole human experience. Another defining element will be inclusivity. Porch gardens will be designed with accessibility in mind, ensuring that individuals of all ages and abilities can engage fully with the space. Raised planters for easy gardening, wide and stable walkways, and flexible seating options will make these environments welcoming to everyone. In this way, the porch garden will reflect a human-centered approach to design, one that prioritizes equity and universal comfort alongside beauty. As global awareness of mental health continues to expand, the porch garden will increasingly be recognized as a therapeutic environment. Spaces designed for mindfulness, meditation, and quiet contemplation will become central to residential architecture. The garden corner will act as a sanctuary where daily stresses dissolve into the rhythms of nature. This reflects a broader design philosophy emerging worldwide. Architecture not just as shelter, but as a tool for healing and restoration. Ultimately, the future of porch gardens lies in their ability to embody harmony between architecture and landscape, between technology and tradition, between personal expression and universal trends. What begins as a modest effort to brighten an overlooked space transforms into a profound design gesture, one that reflects the evolving relationship between humans and their environments. The porch garden becomes a living testament to the idea that beauty, sustainability, and functionality are not separate goals, but interwoven strands of the same vision. In its greenery, in its comfort, in its adaptability, the porch garden of tomorrow offers not only a personal retreat, but also a glimpse into the future of architectural design itself, a future where every threshold blooms with possibility.